Very true. Okay, thank you for watching the kids, Skip. Okay, so our cleaning people are here. That must be nice, you say. Hell, I thought so too 2 years ago. Couldn't afford to have cleaning people until I started delegating shit. All right, gonna give you a minute to sign on. Even though, what's up, Ricky? Even though I can never see what you're saying. Snow day here in Georgia. You want to see? You want to see all the snow? Let me show you all the snow. Let me stand on the couch. Look at all this snow. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm surprised we can even walk. You know what I'm saying? Surprised we can even walk. All right, so we got some good stuff to go over today. And I would be in my room, but they're cleaning it, so I figured I'd come on my phone. And then I have a Zoom meeting after this. So this will be fun. Okay. First thing. Swimwear site. Brandy sent me a picture of her twerking with her girlfriends. And she had a nice ass, like hips, ass, and everything. And then a girl that came over last night to watch the kids, she actually wanted, she's in high school, so I was extremely flattered when she asked me this. She said, hey, you know, spring break's coming up, and will you help me? I've got this website. My mom said she'd buy me clothes. Will you help me pick out some outfits? And I was like, yeah. So, for her build, naturally, and you know, I see this more with white women. White women, and culturally, you know, it is not embraced, like hips and curviness isn't embraced. It's just that you're fat. Meanwhile, Latinas, African American, those two embrace that, and it's sexy, it's confident, it's men like it. So my point is, the clients that I have, that white women, you know, have a little bit of extra weight on them, but they're still hot, right? And honestly, their weight is in the right places. You know, maybe they have big hips. They hold fat in their hips, and they think they're fat, when really they're just not dressing for their body. They're not accentuating their curves. So what I told that girl, I'm like, quit wearing flowy tops, you know, and that's just going to make you look bigger. And me too, when I got big boobs, when I would wear flowy tops, I'd look pregnant, and I was like, fuck. So my point is, I told her, I was like, all right, so you want everything skin tight up top, and then even skin tight, you know, going down so your hips look like, wow. And if she wears anything that's big, it's going to be right here to create that hourglass, you know, big here, and then her hips are big, but everything else is super tight. And that's going to create the illusion she wants. And my point getting into all this is the swimsuits. She, in her mind, was like, what do you think about this one piece? And I was like, that is for, no. Like, and even an outfit she showed me, I was like, that's for like sickly thin girls. Like, where they look just very, very thin, ectomorph girls. And that's cool. I'm not saying anything wrong with ectomorphic girls and very skinny girls. I'm just saying, when it comes to the swimsuits and the clothes, know your best body part. And if you have hips, if you have really pretty hips, even if you think you're fat, if you're shaped like a pear, we'll dress very tight up top and make sure your hips are like, you know, you're drawing attention to your hips and not trying to cover up what you think is fat. Because if you try to cover up something, it's going to make you look bigger. So when you pick out the swimsuit, I'd be happy to help if you just post it and like post your body, maybe like your progress photos in a sports bra and bikini bottom, or in a bikini, and I can kind of help you choose and pick that out. So the bikini bottoms, depending on what your butt looks like. This website that I'm going to post, Zaful, I can't say it right, Zaful, and I feel like I can get you a discount code. They make them where it's not scrunch butt, but it's not going to be a bikini bottom, not a thong either. It's like a fine line. It's a mixture of all three, so it's going to show more ass cheek. You're like, what? No, I hate my legs. I hate this. But here's the thing, though. You hate them. I'm telling you right now, if I saw you out and you try to cover up, you're going to look like an old lady. You're going to look bigger than you think you are, period. So dress for your best body part. Maybe you have huge tits but no ass. Make your boobs look really good. Don't try to hide them. You know what I'm saying? and then get a bottom that's going to make you look like you have more of an ass. Don't be getting no boy cut shorts. That's going to really, it's not going to look good. So I'm going to post this. Whitney said, my life, I can't wear tops that flow at all. It has to come, come in. See, you know, it has to come in tight at your waist. Exactly. That is so sexy to me. And a great website to shop for curves is Fashion Nova. That's just a good one. That's just a good, because they make clothes to fit curves. Yeah. So when you pick these bathing suits, these bikinis, please don't get a one piece because you think you're fat. Please. God dang. I'd rather see like just a little pudge, you know, because if your boobs are huge, it's probably bigger than your muffin top. So accentuate your boobs and make your ass look good. Even if you have cellulite, you're probably going to look better in some kind of a two-piece than a one-piece. I hope that makes sense, and it's probably sounding like I'm on drugs, but I promise, if I was looking at you from a style point and a body point trying to make you look good, that's the way you need to go. Or, now, if anybody knows this, I don't know where these websites are, but last year I saw a couple gals, and they were very overweight. Not even like a little out of shape. They were overweight, but looked so hot. They had on like this one piece, but it was super sexy, where, you know, of course they had big boobs, and it made their tits look really good, and it had some like cut out spots around their body, back and all that, and it kind of cut up on their butt. And then they had these see-through pants, really sexy see-through pants, and they wore it over, so it was still tight in at the waist, and it made their butt and their boobs look good. It was super. And then you throw some hoops on and a big hat. Girl, that is fucking fire. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if you're skinny, and you're insecure about being really skinny, like maybe you don't like your legs, you know, you got to do, I would say, I just have to see the bottoms. I'm picturing square, but you may need to go more V cut, higher up on the waist. I just have to see it. Cheeky bottoms all the way. So yeah, you got to just, don't try to hide with swimsuits this year. Seriously. Like, and there's a fine line between what the fuck is she wearing, cover that shit up, versus you're covering up too much, now you look like a blimp. Don't do that. So I'm going to post the sexy swimsuits, and I actually got these last year. They were so fucking hot, like perfect, because I've always looked for ones that was Brazilian cut, scrunch, but just go to Zaffle, and I'm going to post the discount code as well. All right, next one. Food weighing 101. I'm going to do that last. Sore every workout. Do you need to lift heavier? You do not need, soreness should not be a gauge on a good workout at all. If you, you're going to get sore, but don't think you need to get sore every single workout. So no, you do not need to be sore every single workout. If you're new to working out, getting back into it, you're going to be sore. And you need to be going heavier every single week. Week 4, you should be up 2.5 pounds on the bar. Like, you should be adding weight every week. Amy Lou says, my boyfriend says the same thing, don't cover it up. Right. Yes. And we are our own worst critic. So it's always good to have somebody, a friend, a spouse that's not jealous, that really wants us to look good and has a style eye, you know, an eye for style to help us. All right. So no, you do not need to be sore every workout. Absolutely not. You know what you need to focus on? Eating right, hitting those grams, hitting the macros. That's what you need to be focused on. And then perfecting your form. Once again, you guys can post your lifts inside of the group. You doing squats, you doing pull-ups, you doing everything. Post inside the group, tag the coaches. Let me write this down. I need to let you know who to tag. And that way we can critique your form. And do not listen to anybody else unless they're a coach. All right. Negative people and how to not give a fuck. So I've had this girl that asked the question. She just got back into working out. She had 2 kids really close together. She's had bad health. And she's just kind of getting out of that hole, kind of getting back into her pre-baby self. And that's really, really hard. On top of that, every time she goes and, works out and gets back into this, she kind of gets sick. And it's because of her immune system and where her hormones are. It's from her Hashimoto. It's from a lot of shit. I've been there myself. In the meantime, she checks in at the gym, posts pictures, posts selfies. Well, she lives in a small town, and if you know about small towns, Everybody knows everything. Everybody's in everybody's business. It's very tight and knit. Everybody cares about what everybody else thinks. So she wants to know how to not be around negative people and how not to give a fuck. Well, that's a process. I wish there was just a one thing and done and it was good to go. So here you go. You're moving up a level. Anytime you're bettering yourself, most other people, they're not doing that. Working on yourself is really hard. So you're going to rise up. And they're not. So that's what you're feeling, that negative, that's what you're feeling. And it's they're reflecting on themselves because they're looking at you, judging you, and really they're looking inward, and it's a place of shame in themselves. It's a place of insecurity in themselves. So they're just projecting it onto you, and that's what you're seeing as negativity. Assuming that you're not going around judging them, making them feel bad, which you're not. So as long as you're in it for yourself and you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it to make them feel bad or wording it a certain way to provoke shame in them, because that means you got fucked up shit. That's their problem. And you got to see it as that. And it's not your job to tell them. What your job is to do is to keep working on yourself, because you're being a light to somebody out there. Believe it or not, you may think, I'm posting too much, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. You're helping somebody. And it is your duty. Like, I think we're put on earth to change things. And if you don't do what you're inspired to do, which inspired, I don't think you're doing yourself a justice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live out your purpose. So if working out, posting it's making you feel good, fuck them, right? But how to not give a fuck, that's just hard. That's an overall security thing, and it's going to come with years and years and years and years of wisdom and self-development, self-growth, a lot of caring about what people think. It's the way we were brought up, like your mom. An example is, what does it say? Everybody dies famous in a small town. Fuck me, exactly. I grew up in a small town too. But anyway, an example is a girl came home from school. She not really got picked on, but the cool table didn't want to sit with her. And she told her mom, and naturally, moms want to flare up and, fuck them and all this stuff. Well, this girl's mom went, are you not wearing the pants that I told you to wear? Why don't you pull your hair back? I told you to pull your hair back. So growing up, if you've heard things like this, you're constantly thinking, I'm not good enough, and what people think to be accepted, social anxiety and what people think. So you got to unlearn what you grew up with. So once therapy, you need to go to some type of therapy or personal growth, start reading books that builds up self, and you become aware of yourself and your emotions. That's a big one on not giving a fuck about what people think. Religious beliefs, if you hold on to a lot of those, that's a hard one too, because you don't do certain things because you don't want to go to hell or you don't want to be judged and all that. So really, there's so much that's wound up in not caring about what people think, because I think there's a healthy level of caring about what people think. People think I don't care about what people think, and I do to a certain extent. If I get a bad comment, it fucks me a little bit, if somebody I care about or one of my clients or something, if I feel like they don't like me or they feel a certain way, it doesn't feel good to me. I'm not like, fuck them. I'm like, shit. So I reflect what triggered me. Then I get back down to my triggers and all that shit. So a good sign is to not be triggered. If you notice that you're not getting triggered by other people's responses, that means you've healed in that area. If you feel insecure about certain things, you need to go inward and go, why does this bother me? And figure it out. Yeah. But you need new friends anyway. Anytime you level up, you're gonna find yourself there, and they're either gonna pull you down with them, or there's gonna be some static. The best way to do it is not hold on too tight. You just gotta move on. It's okay to break away from friends that you've been friends with since kindergarten. I realized that I had this one friend, 6th grade till last year. I thought she was a best friend, and no, she was an energy vampire frenemy. Yeah, where they like being around you when you're doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's a hard one. All right. Now we can go back to the food weighing 101. I'm going to have to show you this versus tell you this, because it can get skewed. All right, so you get a digital food scale. digital food scale. Everything is weighed cooked except oatmeal. And like, I'm going to weigh oatmeal, almond milk, and give you a tip on how to weigh cooked food. And if there's anything else, let me know. So, all right, so if you got oatmeal, hope you can see this. Yeah, you always want to zero it out. And it's not coming open. Can't see. And then too, when I was new to the game, it was so funny what I was doing. I didn't have a digital scale. I knew nothing about it. And then one lady, she was weighing her shit with a real scale. It was crazy. So 30 grams. There's 30 grams. Now, let's just say you're going to add and weigh oatmeal dry. So you cook that, and then you want to add blueberries. So you cook that, you get it back out, zero it out, and then pour your blueberries in. So that's how you would do that. You don't have to weigh your blueberries separately and everything separate and then put it together. You should have a tare button that you can just zero it out. And then grams and milliliters, same thing. So if you need almond milk, you can do it in ounces. Oh, shit, sorry. You can do it in ounces. If you want to be more accurate, everything in grams is the best way to get lean, especially if you're logging in FitnessPal. Yeah. Now, Christy, I don't know if you're watching this. I think you are. Let me know if there's anything specific that you need to know about food weighing, because that's the only way I know to tell you. Weigh oatmeal dry. Everything else is cooked weight. Now, if for some reason you get like pasta, here's the way to do that. If you're logging yourself instead of just following the meal plans, you want to get, I feel like I'm doing a shitty job on this live, but whatever. Where's my bands of pasta? Okay, let's just say you're using this one. Let's just say this is the pasta. And it tells you that like one serving is 100 grams. And there's 3 servings per container. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. Okay. So say there's 3 servings per container. What I would do, if I have my personal logging tracking system, I would cook the whole thing. And then I would separate it evenly in 3s and get the cooked weight. So at least I know I can cook the whole thing and then just spoon in the cooked weight. Does that make sense? And there's another way to do it. My clients do it, but that's what I would do when it comes to pasta and stuff like that. Does that help? Does that help? Is there anything else that I did not go over? I might as well eat this oatmeal. Books, I would like to know personal growth wise that everybody's reading a book, listening to a podcast. Maybe we can put that in an email. Would it help if I shared with you what I was listening to? Or should we do like a book club where we say, all right, this month, let's hit on this and go over nuggets. I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, it's just harder. I mean, how do you do it, Amy? So what do y'all do? Do y'all just bulk cook oatmeal and then spoon it out? And then too, as long as you're weighing this, as long as you're weighing everything the same way every time, you're safe. But that's what I do. I weigh oatmeal dry and everything else cooked weight. And I just zero it out to add it on. We got 10 minutes. We can cut it short if everybody's in a hurry. The workout's going to be badass for next month. My ass cheeks are really sore. And we're doing a workout this weekend. We're doing probably a group stretch. Oh, the instant pack 4 ounce. Okay, yeah. So if you're weighing your food, do it in grams. Yeah, do it in grams. And if you would like to use our NutriPlan, what we use with our personal clients, our custom coaching, it's same price as FitnessPal if you pay for. I think it's $9.99 a month. And you can actually go and put your macros in, and it tells you how much to eat. So I'll be happy to share that information with you. And the lady that owns it, her name's Noel. And then we can give you, her email if you have any issues with the software. You just email her. All right, are we good? Are we good? Did I hit everything? I'm going to post the website for the bikini. I would like to know about the book club thing. I do love sharing any book, any podcast that I feel like helps me. So that will be fun to do. What's up, Rita? Rita. Do I have everything else? And I'm going to write down about the soreness. I've got some science to back the soreness and workouts. Book club, yes. Yeah, totally. All right, so I'm going to write tag coaches for form. Vaffle, bikinis, books, book club or podcast. And soreness, science. And always add weight to the bar. Cool. Is there anything else? I don't know why I put that there. Anything else? Oh. Whew, the negative people one. Personal growth is so fun and rewarding yet hard. It's a challenge. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. You ladies have a good day. I'm going to head up to the office. Talk to you next time.